that Bucks lid. Fear the deer.
Yeah, someone's pouring a bath here. Don't know if you can hear it.
Bubble bath. Yeah, I can.
Someone's slipping into the tub. Perhaps you can hear that.
What if it's Fickle? He's entered your house.
Coach Fickle of the University of Wisconsin Badger football program.
Oh my God, I can't wait for like 2 years from now.
That guy likes two things in life.
Yeah.
Football and something else.
Yeah. He's going to switch their uniforms to black, I think. Everything will be black.
Maybe Big Nate can design the Badgers uniforms.
Oh, they should take the Pack Attack logo.
Make it the Badgers uniform.
Yeah. Yeah.
Talk about swagger.
Yeah, let Big Nate, though. He's got to pick the color scheme.
We're talking Packers here.
Oh my gosh. All right. Yeah.
So everyone, welcome to Breaking Down the Game. This is episode 13. What the hell is next, Styles? How are you doing, bud?
I'm doing pretty good. I think I've adjusted to the season nicely. You know what I mean? As best as I can. What about you? How are you feeling about it?
Adapting to the season, much like the changing of the seasons. We're going into winter now. Here in the upper Midwest, it tends to get a bit nipply.
Yeah.
And as you may see, I changed my hat this week to the Milwaukee Bucks hat. Go Bucks.
Yep.
It's their season, so hopefully they can bring us a championship this year since the Packers disappointed us again.
Yep.
So
a little earlier than normal for us to be this disappointed.
I completely agree, 100%.
I'm trying to just relish in it a little bit, though. You know what I mean? Like, it's been the same story for so many years in a row. It almost feels like that. I think there's going to be some good that comes out of this.
Yeah, like I was telling the guys in the Pack Attack, sometimes it's change it up and have some bad luck and some bad things happening can kind of spice up a season in a way. Yeah, we're bitching a lot, but yay, that gives us fodder and it can be fun too.
What do you think? You know, it's the weirdest thing about this year, to be dead honest with you, is that it's almost like this. It's almost like it's contagious amongst many teams that you would have expected to do good that just can't find it. Like Tampa, I thought they were going to find it about 2 weeks ago, and then they lost again this week. You got the Rams who win the Super Bowl. They're not even going to make the playoffs. You got the Russell Wilson. I mean, like, who is he? I mean, he might be a freak show, but the dude is a good football player, and I don't know what has happened to him. They have a great team over there, and they're not making it happen.
Yeah, that's what makes the NFL great, though, in my opinion, because from year to year, a bad team can suddenly be great and vice versa. Yeah, let's get to our topic, Siles. Sure. The first thing I want to talk about is Rodgers' body is broken, or so it seems to appear. Obviously, he has the thumb, and now he has some injury to his ribs. We don't know the full story there, but there's a lot of chatter out there about him sitting out the rest of the games and giving Jordan Love a look. That's kind of a boring topic because everyone's beating up on it, and they all have their opinion. But I figured we could quickly give our takes. Isles, what do you think about Rodgers playing the rest of the year?
I mean, I think he should sit. I think he should sit for multiple reasons. Number one is he's not healthy, and I almost feel like I'm not a doctor, but he's got to be running the risk of like doing more damage than good. It's just not worth it to be out there. I mean, when they were showing those camera views and he was just like, you know, like I've had that before, like not probably broken rib, but that kind of pain where you're like, oh my God, I can't even breathe. And then you're going to go out there and let grown men football players try to destroy you. so that you can not make the playoffs. It seems idiotic. And it feels also on the other side of it that letting Jordan Love play gives us an opportunity to see what he potentially really is. Maybe get some value out of him. Maybe we keep whatever. We got to do it. It just seems the right opportunity. But
yeah, and I think that's generally what most Packers think. But if I can play devil's advocate here, my opinion is I think he should play as long as he wants to play, and as long as he can play without risking a more dangerous injury.
Yeah.
The reason I say that is I think that playing with the team gives him more opportunity to become acquainted with his young receiving core. I also think that playing with Rodgers gives the Packers a better evaluation of the team around him.
I could go either way, but it would be kind of good to like somehow get some value out of somebody. You know what I mean? Like I'd love Rodgers to be our quarterback next year. We both know that I don't give a shit how good Jordan Love is. We have one of the best, if not the best quarterback ever.
Yeah.
And he's still got time to be good, right?
Yeah, so I completely agree. Yeah. And I think as fans, we're just really curious at what Jordan Love looks like at this time of his career. So, and the last word I want to say is I just think the NFL being such a big business, Rodgers is a marquee player. The NFL is going to want to see him out there, in the ticket buying public probably want to go to the game and see Rodgers play.
Yeah.
So to be honest with you, I think Rodgers is damned if you do and damned if you don't.
Do you buy into this whole like he's so tough thing? Like when he was like, there's that quote, like he's like, "Sorry, coach, sorry I couldn't play."
Oh, sorry, coach. Oh, sorry, coach.
It's like, give me a break. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think by nature, football players are going to be really tough. I mean, it almost goes without saying. I think he's unfairly compared to Favre simply because Favre was such an Iron Man and actually stayed in games when he was being a dipshit, staying in those games, risking really bad injuries, not to even mention all the concussions I'm sure he suffered over the years.
Oh, yeah.
So,
it reminds me, too, like when my son played football in tackle football, there was this kid who was crying.
Mongo?
My real passion is my hobby.
Really? What's that?
I work with retards.
Isn't that a little politically incorrect?
Oh, the hell with that. No one's going to tell me who I can and can't work with, right?
No, I mean...
We got this one kid, Mongo. He's got a forehead like a drive-in movie theater, but he's a good shit. So we don't bust his chops too much.
But the coach was like, this guy who was pretty insane, and he like went over to this kid who was crying, and he was like, "In football, I just want to ask you one question. Are you hurt or are you injured? That's the question. Because if you're hurt, you can play this game. Put a little mud on it and get back in there. You can play this game. But if you're injured, it's different."
Yeah.
Yeah, coach, I'll play.
The next topic I want to mention is an obvious one. The defense really blows. I mean, this last Eagles game was just a travesty. And you have to ask yourself, what the hell happened that this defense just fell off a cliff? God. What are your quick thoughts?
I don't even know. I don't know. I honestly don't even know. I don't. I mean, I got to think that it probably goes up to the top of Barry. It's got to be something to do with it starts with attitude. And I think we've said that all year. And there's just none. There's just not an attitude there. You got to want to. Defense is freaking tough in the NFL. You need to want to throw your body a little bit and be with reckless abandon to try to freaking stop people and hurt them and intimidate them. Yeah.
And to quote the great poet Marshawn Lynch, you got to want to run through a motherfucker's face.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Seriously. I mean, and yeah, I think you're right. I mean, definitely Barry is a big part of it, simply because I don't think he's scheming the players the right way, nor do I think they are developing the players in a way to make them successful. And I think you can look no further than all the missed tackles you're seeing.
Yeah.
What you're seeing is a lot of players running like crazy to get to the ball, but when they're to the ball carrier, they're jumping, they're reaching, they're not playing from a solid base and making a solid tackle. It's all arm tackles. It's like they don't practice tackling and form and just technique. I think it's imperative to get a new defensive staff in here to start building this defense properly.
Yeah. So
what I wanted to do with this defense, Isles, is I want to look at the draft. I wanted to look at the draft led by Gutenkunst, and I wanted to look at the defensive players. And I want us to look at all the players that were selected over the last few years and just basically say thumbs up, thumbs down, and kind of come to a conclusion with how the Packers have drafted defensive players, because we've seen over the last few years they have put tons of resources in that defense. And I recently heard that the Packers actually have the second highest paid defense in the league. So they certainly are not playing like that.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Okay, the year is 2018. This is Brian Gutenkunst, first draft with the Green Bay Packers. And let's take a look at what we got here. First pick, number 18, is Jaire Alexander. Well, he's coded in blue, so that means he was a Pro Bowl player at least 1 year. Obviously, I think I give him a thumbs up.
Yeah, I give him a thumbs up. One question on him. Do you think he's worth the money that he's been paid?
Not at this time. He's not had a great year. He certainly isn't playing like the highest paid defensive back in the league, but I think he is a piece that you can build around for years to come on the defensive side.
Yep, I would agree.
All right, then we get to the round 2 pick, Josh Jackson from Iowa. Big failure, big thumbs down.
Big thumbs down, exactly.
Oren Burks taken in the 3rd round. Big thumbs down. No longer with the team. I think he's a special teams player in San Francisco.
That's unbelievable. Yeah, thumbs down.
So then we got, I don't know if you consider a punter defense. No, that's special teams. But do you believe we got a fucking punter in the 5th round that year? And he's not even around anymore.
That is unbelievable.
Yeah. So then we go down to round 7, James Looney, defensive end. Okay, who's that?
Yeah, no idea.
No idea. And also a 7th round pick, Kendall Donnerson. No idea.
No idea.
Gone. So that draft has one good player in it from defense. All right, we go down to the 2019 draft picks. Rashawn Gary, big thumbs up. He's a guy you can build things around.
Yep, I would agree. Thumbs up.
Darnell Savage, your thoughts?
Thumbs down.
I'm going to give him a thumbs down too. Extremely disappointing. I don't know if he's just needs a different scheme, more development or what, but he has gone downhill.
Yep. Yeah, he's had a horrible year.
Yeah. 5th round, we get to Kingsley Keke, defensive end. Played a little bit.
Yeah.
But he's no longer there.
You got to go thumbs down, but there was some bright spots a little bit, I thought.
There was some potential at certain times.
Yep.
Kadar Holdman, I think he's gone too.
Yep.
You got to say thumbs down. And Ty Summers was kind of a drag.
Yep.
He's also gone. So, once again, one good defensive player, first round pick.
I mean, looking at this too, it's like so far, if you even judge on offense, I mean, it's like,
look at all the misses.
Yeah, it's crazy. And was that year the year we were just talking about? No, it was 2020 was the year that it was stacked with wide receivers, right?
I think 2020 and 2021 was stacked with wideouts.
Yeah, I thought 2020 was the big year for massive year for wideouts. That's the Justin Jefferson year.
That is correct.
Yeah.
And how many wide receivers did we take?
Zippo.
Zip.
Yep.
So let's look at this draft from the defensive perspective. We get to the 5th round. We got Kamal Martin as a linebacker. Not even with the team that I'm aware of.
No.
Got to say thumbs down.
Down.
Get down to round 7. Vernon Scott.
Down.
Jonathan Garvin, who's still on the team, and he gets playing time here and there, but in my opinion, he doesn't impress whatsoever.
Yep. No, another bust. How many years is that now? 3 years of busts?
That's 3 years. So in 2020, I say we got 0 good defensive players. Get to 2021. Eric Stokes, you know what? I give him neither a thumbs up or a thumbs down. I think he's had a really bad year, his bad second year. We'll see if he can, bounce back from that. But I'm not impressed.
Yeah, it's like kind of for a first round pick, it just feels too much of a non-factor. I don't want to go completely thumbs down, but I'm definitely like in the middle. It's not, yeah.
Yeah, we can say he's a great athlete with great speed, but at this point, he's not a great football player.
Yeah. I mean, for the first round pick, 29th, feels like a thumbs down if you think of it that way. I think.
Yeah. Yeah. So, we'll give him a half up.
Okay.
Whatever the fuck we're scoring here.
That's what they call a semi.
Right, semi. I feel you, buddy. Okay, well, then we go down to round 5. TJ Slayton. I think he's a dude who you can build some things around. I think he could be a very good defensive tackle, nose tackle in this league.
God, that's crazy. 5th round, huh? Yeah. You got to, again, looking at that draft pick too, you got to go thumbs up, I think.
Yeah, I'll give him a thumbs up there. Shamar Jean-Charles, so nothing impressive. I'll give him a thumbs down. Isaiah McDuffie, we've seen him play a little bit this year. He's okay, but I don't know.
God,
thoughts?
Down. Yeah.
He's not going to make any long-term impacts on this defense. So
exactly.
I think you got to just go thumbs down. So in this 2021 draft, we got like 1.5 good players.
Yeah.
Okay.
So far we've had 3.5 good players.
3.5 good players after 3 drafts. So now we get to the 2022 draft, which is maybe a bit difficult to evaluate since, it usually takes a player a couple of years to really show his true stripes. But I'm going to go round 1, Quay Walker. I'm going to say thumbs up. That's a dude you can build around.
I would agree. I mean, it's clear he's had even some games as raw as he is that he's looked pretty darn good. And I think he's got huge potential. He could be great.
Yeah, I do too.
Yep.
Devontae Wyatt, kind of the jury's out on that. He's an older dude, so he might not get to a second contract with the Packers, but I think the jury's out. I don't think we can give him I think we got to give him a thumbs down at this point simply because he was a first-round pick.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah. Okay, then we go all the way down to round 5. Kingsley Enagbare, or JJ. I like this pick. I'm going to give him a thumbs up, and I think he can be a good role player for many years.
I don't know again, I felt like this week there was some bright spots with him, right?
Yes.
I think he could be up, but again, is he somebody that's going to be there long term? I don't know. I'll give him a thumbs up. For now, it's a thumbs up.
Great. Then we go to round 7. Tariq Carpenter. Can't say anything about him. Thumbs down.
No.
Jonathan Ford. Can't say anything about him. Thumbs down.
I mean, when you think about what we just all went through on that, do you evaluate that horribly, like the drafting?
I say the drafting on the defensive side of the ball is less than impressive. We can nitpick all we want, but I think the fact is a lot of the defensive troubles are a mixture of drafting, developing, coaching, and scheme.
Yeah, which is pretty much everything.
That is everything, isn't it? Pretty much.
Yeah. That was depressing.
Yeah.
Just saying that, isn't that?
Jeez. Yeah, it really is. So what I want to do is pick up the pace a little bit.
All right.
And sharpen the knife.
They will call sharpening the knife. Especially on the gland penis. Rub them 50 times.
It's Bears week, right?
Isles, it's Bears week. What do we need to do to sharpen the knife to beat the Bears?
I don't know. Maybe we wheel Rodgers out in his wheelchair.
Okay.
And still just own that bitch. Like, just maybe since the pressure's off a little bit, open it up and let's just play some frickin' good old-fashioned football. That's what I kind of want to see. To sharpen the knife, maybe they just got to, like, stop trying so hard, or, you know what I mean? Like, just kind of let loose and let it go a little bit. Fight for your position. I want to see maybe some people just like looking at and thinking about, well, now next year, I want to make sure that I'm a standout and can be evaluated as seeing as a piece of the pie that needs to succeed for future years, and really see people try hard and just go out there and play football. Love the love of the game, kind of, you know what I mean? It's like, that's how it all started for these guys. Let's get out there and play. You don't need, whatever to play well. What about you?
Yeah, you shouldn't need much motivation to really get pumped up for Bears week.
Yeah.
I mean, it is our rival, and it's a fun rival, and I want them to come out and play tough and loose as well. Go deep.
Yeah. You want to go deep all day?
I want to go deep, or I want to do those quick crossing patterns, slants. I want to hit them quick. I want to hit them deep, and then I want to run the ball down their fucking throat.
Yeah. Hey, it was a bright spot, though, wasn't it, last week, was Dylan?
Yeah, he's been having quite a bad year, and I've been kind of critical on him, and he really had a nice game against Philadelphia.
Yeah.
He ran hard, and that's the type of running back we want to be seeing.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I was kind of happy for him because he's a nice kid, and I agree. He's had kind of a lackluster year, to say the least, but he really brought it. I kind of felt like they were almost like going to him more than Jones this week because they saw that he had the right mix to make it happen, Yeah, which was weird.
But, he runs – he's so bottom heavy with those huge quads. I noticed that on his touchdown run, he got bumped a bit and he made a move, and it's like he lost balance just from making a move. And he kind of stumbled face first into the end zone. But I was just happy to see that. You're absolutely right. So I want to see more of that. And like you said, I want to see continued development. I want to see young players out there doing good things. And if they're making mistakes, make big mistakes, man. Learn from those mistakes and just get better. Continue to sharpen the damn knife.
Well, well said, by the way.
Yeah.
I think another thing is you really are going to be able to tell now, like, who has the true heart to want to fight, who's a fighter and who's not a fighter, who gives up when times are tough, because I want all of those dudes off the squad. like literally, especially on the defensive side of the ball. Because when it gets cold and you're not going to the Super Bowl and there's no real like reason from a trophy perspective to fight anymore, there's certain people you're going to see just give up. Like they're going to see a tackle coming and they're going to be like, you know what? I want no part of this right now. I'm freezing.
Yeah. Business decision.
But then there's going to be the guys that still want it. And those are the guys we want to keep on the squad, get rid of the other shit and bring in some more badass dudes and put that together to be more of a tenacious fighter on D next year. I should be the defensive coordinator the more I talk.
You would have my vote, dude.
Yeah.
I know how you talk to him.
I would bring in Fickle probably. So I would get Barry Alvarez as well out of retirement and he'd probably be my line coach.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who would you, if you had to put a staff together and you had to pick 3 defensive like minded people, coaches over the course of all football, college or pro, what 3 come to mind to you that you're?
Well, one thing is I would like a Greg Williams, Bounty Gate Greg Williams. I want these dudes to get paid to go head hunting. Then I'd like to see someone like a Zimmer, Mike Zimmer, you know, that type of hard-nosed attitude. And then I'd like to see someone with a little swagger style like primetime Deion Sanders.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Those would be my 3 picks. What about you, bud?
Prime time you would, huh?
Yeah. Get that jewelry out.
I don't know. I don't know why, but I really do like Zimmer. I guess I just love the hard-nosed portion of Zimmer all the time. I would probably want Belichick's kid for the hair.
Yes.
I don't know. I can't think. Who else? I'm trying to think like way back, like some like vintage dude like that. I would probably want that. Who is that?
Phillips.
Oh yeah, yeah. Or who's that head coach from Ohio State in the 70s who used to like beat the shit out of his players when they weren't doing good?
Woody Hayes.
Oh yeah, Woody Hayes. That's right. Yeah,
that's a good one too.
Yeah. I don't know. There's so many characters over the years.
Yeah.
Did you say Bum Phillips? Is that what you said?
Bum Phillips. Yeah.
The Oilers coach.
Yeah. Remember that dude?
Oh, yeah, toothpick. Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna put Earl in there and just run him all day long.
Just gonna run every play.
Watching him run on highlights, I used to love that guy when I was a kid. Earl Campbell.
God, yeah. But you don't want to mess with that dude.
God,
and those are the types of players I want to see the Packers bring back more. Dudes that you would not want to meet in a dark alley.
Yeah. What about the nastiest Packer?
Nastiest Packer ever.
That's an easy answer.
Wayne Simmons. That's one. He was nasty. That dude was nasty.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was.
What are you thinking?
Chuck Cecil.
Oh, duh. Cecil, duh. It was right in front of me, and I forgot about.
Do you ever go look up Chuck Cecil highlights on YouTube tonight?
It's hilarious,
dude. He would have been taken out of the league for like 2 or 3 years for what he did back in the day if he played in this age, you know, just destroying people's skulls.
Yeah, he would be out of the league. He wasn't really that good of a safety, but he did bring the lumber.
Yeah, you didn't want to go over the middle if Chuck was there.
No, not at all.
No. Yeah.
Well, I really enjoyed this, Al's. I want to thank everyone for watching, and I want to thank all the subscribers to my channel. I'm going to get a list together of all the subscribers. I'd like to thank you all individually, but we appreciate you checking in with us every week, and we do enjoy doing this.
Yeah.
Any last words, Isles?
No, let's find who's tough. That's the message, I think.
Let's find out who's tough, bud.
Yeah, you bet.
Go Pack!
Go Pack!